Hey, what's up everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the A here, back for another episode and another question and answer video. I'm going to answer like 6 or 7 questions this time, a little longer just because there's just some things you guys wanted to know and I'm here to answer them. Let's jump into this question and answer about a variety, a wide group of questions. So one of the first questions that I'm going to address is traveling and how do I handle and manage photos or video without having a laptop? Well, if you've been following me and you really know me and you know the videos that I've had, I bought an iMac almost maybe like 9 months ago or something like that because my MacBook Pro crashed. It was pretty old and I just didn't want to buy a laptop. I wanted something more for better for video editing, something a little more stable, and a little more for the home or office. And I actually picked up an iPad. You may have seen it unboxed or not. So when I got this, I'm like, oh, well, what can I use this for? Can I use this for something on the go? And the quick and easy answer is yes. So this with an adapter from a Lightning to an SD card. You can even get these just Lightning flash drives now and everything like that. I can easily store images from my SD card onto my laptop, onto my iPad with no problem at all. So it's simple. Yeah, unfortunately, you have to have something. There's these other drives out there that that you can just dump things into. I can link some down below as well. And essentially, you just put the card into them, and it's really just kind of an external storage device, but some of them can get pretty pricey, but they're very reliable as well. How do I shoot video in vertical mode? Right now, I'm actually shooting video in vertical mode. You wanna know what's gonna look like? Absolute garbage. You don't really shoot video in vertical mode, and you shouldn't. That's called vertical video syndrome. It should always look like this. It should always be cinematic. Just leave that for portraits. What is Rembrandt Lighting? So this person actually mentioned that they heard me say that in a video just a little while ago, and they wanted to know really what it is, and it's hard to really create because I don't have the setup for it, but essentially Rembrandt Lighting is just Google it, you'll see a ton of images as well. Rembrandt Lighting, it's very, very aesthetically pleasing. Essentially what it is it's more of a dark key image, and right under someone's eye, right by the cheek, you'll get basically a triangle, a light triangle. However you have the lighting coming in and kind of craft it, you'll get like a triangle coming right about here, something like that. That's Rembrandt Lighting, getting a little bit of that triangle, some shape, something interesting to draw some appeal. Why do I hate high megapixel cameras? This question was actually pretty funny, and the funny answer is I don't hate high megapixel cameras. They had, maybe that's just a misunderstanding. High megapixels just serve a specific purpose for, for what you do. It doesn't necessarily define everything that you should shoot. Of course, more resolution, of course, more megapixels, can be viable if you need to crop or if you want a little bit more detail. But there's a lot of situations, especially a lot of the stuff that I'm in, that I don't need 40 to 50 megapixels. It's totally overkill. Once again, if my Nikon D600 was 2015 versioned, video and everything like that, 12 megapixels, I would be floored. I don't need anything more than like 14 or 16 in my opinion, for what I do. Manageable file sizes, manageable to give them to clients. As long as you're not doing stuff like print or anything special, it really doesn't matter. Portraits are fantastic though for high megapixel cameras and sports, so that the ability to crop is there as well. Yes, to crop. It's a thing, get over it. Unfortunately, but there's a specific purpose to it, and there's a specific reason I feel to use more of a high megapixel count camera. Are monopods even worth it? Why not just buy a tripod? Why should you buy both and waste money? Well, first, you have an interesting viewpoint on things about that. Monopod definitely serves a specific purpose. It can, do a really great job in regards to video and for, housing heavier lenses, especially in regards to sports or even like birding or wildlifing, everything like that. And a tripod is great for the studio. It's great for video as well. It's reliable, especially landscapes and everything when you're doing something, maybe long exposures. I do understand the theory that they're both stability type items, but they serve two different purposes. Monopods, easier, lightweight, on the go. Tripods can be lightweight, carbon fiber, all that kind of stuff, but they have a reason as well. So both split, and that's why monopods typically aren't as expensive as good tripods. You can get a fantastic monopod for under $200. I use a Siru P2, whatever the heck it was, but it's like $70. It's carbon fiber. It's fantastic. I'll even link my monopod video below, why it's good to use. So read that down in the description below. They serve two different types of purposes. Some similar, some not. You can use some in different cases. It's just really what you need. I have both, and it's because monopods aren't that expensive, and they really help me if I want to do sports or on the go, move around type video. But tripods, they're pretty much essential for a lot of photography. Should I light meter in camera or on an external device? The external device, I'm thinking you're meaning like an actual handheld light meter, and it really all depends on what you want to do. There are two different things, you know, between what you're trying to meter and measure and everything. And if you're using constant lights like I'm using now, if you're using strobes coming in, you know, each can serve the different purposes. If you don't use a handheld one, which I don't necessarily find myself needing it because I don't do a ton of studio stuff, or, you know, if you know what settings you're going to get majority of the time, if you're comfortable and you're locked in, you probably don't need a handheld one. You could just concentrate on the meter that you have in your camera right now. But there is to say that, you know, that's always not the most accurate. It all depends on what metering mode you're in, between spot, matrix, average, evaluative. All are going to give you different results. But when you have a handheld meter, whatever the light is coming on to someone, and, you know, and you click the button, you test the flash, that's precisely the light you're given. So I would easily recommend definitely learning how to use the different metering modes that you have at your disposal on your camera. And also, whatever you want to try and use. If anything, buy one. See if you need one. If you're using, it's very, very popular for using strobe photography type of things, because you're getting the light exactly the way you want to fall on someone's hair. Maybe if you have a hair light set up, you know the power, you know what you need, what settings to get off of metering for the hair, for the key light, the fill light, the reflective light, all that kind of stuff, just by using a handheld one. If you really want to get it, try it out and then return it if you don't like it. So I like to meter what I know in my camera and just kind of, you know, plug and go type of thing. But if you want something, if you're kind of like, you know, more OCD about it and you want something 100% of the time, go for a handheld meter. That's just about it for my time. Thank you so much for asking questions. Once again, you can always, you know, write them down in the YouTube the comments below. Email eric@ericrossi.com, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want. I'm always here to answer them. I love doing these type of videos. I love helping anyone that I can. So thank you so much for watching. Give this a quick thumbs up. Give this a quick like. It really, really helps out. And, you know, I really appreciate that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Subscribe for more videos. Keep an eye out. I need a haircut.